caltrop is an area denial weapon designed to stop the enemy. The caltrop is a sturdy, simple, yet effective weapon no matter its position. Its purpose was originally designed to stop elephant and donkey attacks. It graduated to stopping tanks. And now, the caltrop is your defense against propaganda, polished lies, and manufactured outrage. It's free from counterfeit credibility and synthetic truth. However, inside the walls of the caltrop, you're going to be forced to think. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. Good evening and welcome to the Caltrop. I am your host, Michael Calderese. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I finally got a weekend where I could sit down, relax, and get yelled at by, I guess, a faction of the Republican Party in Brick. It's funny because my area has a fractured Republican Party, if you will. You have two different groups of people that are trying to pull in different directions for the same goal. It's a very interesting thing. But you know what's funny? What I've noticed is no matter what, when I give my honest opinion and I report what actually took place, no matter what, there's somebody that's going to be out there that has a problem with it. And luckily for me, I don't give a shit. But let's start off the show. We have a packed show for you tonight. Let me start off like this. We have a birthday. My son, Vincenzo, turned 21 today. So if you get out there, help me say happy birthday to my son. I'm not the type of person that does those things and posts, happy birthday and puts my kids out on the line all that much. I do it for some sports. I've been putting Valentino out there, but I try to limit the birthdays and just the personal knowledge of them online. If they want to put that out there, that's going to be their choice. But if you can, please wish my son Valentino a 21st birthday. I'm blessed to have two sons, and they're very close together in age, only 20 and a half years apart. But happy birthday, kid. I love you, man. You are, he taught me how to be a parent, honestly. He taught me how to get a little bit of patience, I guess you could say, because that was not my strong suit. And I definitely learned how to be patient. But honestly, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have our family. And he is the glue. He's been everything great. Having, everyone says this, when you have your kids, you don't realize life and what life is like until you have kids and, doing everything for them. It's awesome. And I'm one of the luckiest dudes on the planet, so drink up, my man. He's 21 years old. He's had a fake ID for probably, I don't know, since he was 15. He was like 6'1" at 15, pissed me off. It was funny because I used my brother's fake ID, but whatever. So anyway, guys, we have got a great show for you tonight. We have a lot to talk about, because I've honestly been avoiding a lot of the bullshit. I wanted to get away from it. We had so much that Charlie Kirk, and it's still going on. There's conspiracy theories left and right. And he was shot in the back of the head. No, he was shot by a different guy in the roof. And the sound of this and exploding microphones. It's somehow the bullet went in and miraculously was stopped by his magic strong super bones. And when you have all that shit going on, I wanted to get away from it. I hope you enjoyed some of the shows that we brought you last week to get your heads off of it. But let's get into it hard today because we have a lot to talk about. Charlie Sheen, you've been seeing this guy make a comeback. Charlie Sheen's made a little bit of a comeback. It's very interesting. We have Trump obviously meeting with Netanyahu today. Their demands are very interesting. I don't know, I don't know why it took this long to demand everything that you wanted. And told them much better accept it or we're going to fuck you up. We're going to get to that. I guess what Oh, did I say Valentino? So my wife just corrected me. She said it's happy birthday, Vincenzo, and not Valentino. Sorry. See, this is what happens with my wife. We name all these kids V names: Vincenzo, Victoria, and Valentino. And I'm getting old. I have a lot on my mind. Things go. So sorry. Happy birthday, Vincenzo. Vincenzo Calderese. My bad. My bad. See that? She rushed up here without Valentino to tell me that. That's how much she loves her little baby. Her little baby Vincenzo. Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because she put 3 clones out into the world. It's absolutely amazing. But we did have Trump and Netanyahu. We have to talk about digital IDs. We had a lot going on in sports. We had Jackson Dart make his I guess, career debut. Really got to tell you, stick around for that. Really liked what I saw out of that kid. We're going to get to him a little bit. We obviously have the Ryder Cup. I don't typically talk about golf, but I think it was a little bit exciting. So without further ado, let's get the show started with the mics right. Shut the fuck up and listen. All right, so like I alluded to earlier, Charlie Sheen is back in the news. Remember when Charlie Sheen was the most entertaining man alive? Tiger blood, winning, goddesses and mansions, dude, hookers and coke, bro. He was basically a rock concert in human form. And now what is he? He's sober, and he's apologizing and reflecting. I mean, he was talking about him being a bully. Yeah, that's exactly what we needed, Charlie. Fucking remorse. Great job, bud. Like, nothing says comedy to me than a man trading tiger blood for chamomile tea. But whatever. And you know what gets worse? He didn't even come up with the tiger blood line. That's like finding out that Hulk Hogan didn't invent, let me tell you something, brother. No, let me tell you something, brother. What's next? Flavor Flav never owned a clock? Or Pamela Anderson had fake breasts? Yeah, they were real. Let's stop it. Kidding. But look, I'm just saying, bring back coked up Charlie for me, please, man. He was way more fun. Put him back on 2.5 Men. Hell, put him on The View. I'll watch the hell out of that. At least when Charlie was high, the world was interesting. Now he's basically a PSA commercial with a bad haircut and Ozempic face. And speaking of bad haircuts, Trump and Netanyahu had a little meetup at the Oval Office today. Apparently, they're deciding the fate of Palestine, which to me is funny because I don't remember either of them being Palestinian. You ever notice the people who don't live there always get to decide what happens there? And I'm not for anybody in that area, but I'm just like, hey, they're like, hey, Palestinians, just hand us over Gaza. And meanwhile, the rest of the world's like, didn't you just call that conspiracy like a couple years ago? I thought you didn't want to take all of Gaza. Netanyahu must feel like he just won the lottery. He's been dreaming about Gaza. It's beachfront property in Boca Raton. And Trump's standing there like it's a fucking real estate deal. You got to love it. He's like, prime land, tremendous location, Trump in the Middle East. Hamas should have folded sooner. Meanwhile, no one wants to talk about the obvious. It's why do they get to keep bombing kids? Is that fully supported by Trump as well? What's the PR spin there? Collateral damage, now with 30% more orphans? I don't understand how America was forced to go door to door with Marines in Iraq, but Israel could just bomb away. Someone to me needs to make it make sense. And here's the incredibly short-sighted death cycle that nobody has learned from 2,000 years of war. Israel bombs kids and their houses and kills their parents. Do we now just expect these kids to love their bombers? To them, the bombers are the terrorists. You know who? Like, these kids grew up hating the people who bombed them. So then they grow up, and then these kids will also become the terrorists, which will give the excuse to use terrorism again to bomb the fuck out of them again. All while their kids watch it, and everyone gets bombed. And it's rinse, repeat, and it's not peace. It's multi-generational revenge subscription plan. They say hate's been around for 2,000 years. And yeah, it comes with free refills. And while all that's going on, we've got what else? A Trump supporter shooting up a church. That's what they say. And how convenient, right on schedule, right? Just in time to fuel another round of let's rush to blame somebody. The left is in Jubilee. Look at the American flags on his truck. He has to be a Trumper because nothing screams violent extremist like loving your own country, right? Meanwhile, liberals see the flag and immediately break out into hives. They think it's a hate symbol unless it's painted on Ukraine. But let's be honest. Here comes the politicians again with the same old tired chorus: gun control, gun control. Even Trey Gowdy got into it, saying, it's always these white kids and guns. Fucking white people. Yeah, Trey. Because Chicago's just a Nerf battle zone, right? Let's get serious about this. I'll say this as many times as I have to. Liberals, listen up. My rights do not disappear because some lunatic goes postal. And here's a wild idea that may be controversial. Maybe instead of stripping me of my rights and everybody else, how about we stop making crazy people crazier? Stop feeding them 24/7 with outrage from the media. Stop weaponizing religion and politics like they're fucking Pokemon cards. And for the love of God, stop pretending Twitter is a therapy session. Because if Charlie Sheen has taught us anything, it's that the people are a lot more entertaining when they're out of their fucking minds. And that's what gets hot on socials. So when the government and the media play that game, it's not tiger blood. It's just cat piss and endless war. That's the Mike's Right. Hope you listen. All right, let's get into the chat, see what's going on. My wife came in here yelling at me, man. Hey, you said Valentino. It's like, damn. Sorry, baby. This is how she is. There is nothing like a woman and her firstborn. I don't know if it's with girls too, but a woman and her firstborn son. Dude, it's unbelievable. If you screw with my son in any way, I mean this, my wife will stab you. Like she will stab you. And she's country. She knows how to use a knife. She knows how to use a knife. Let's get to the chat. Welcome everybody in our Rumble chat. I got to get all the chats going up. Yankee 68, my man, Yankee 68 came over. He is going to be helping me out, doing some recording. Really love Yankee 68. He was watching us screw up my breaks on Sunday, and then was generous enough to go get us an 18-pack and then took off, didn't even drink it with us. So I had to do him justice and drink all that beer. I had to do it for you, Yankee 68. And listen, you'll be proud of me. I think there's only 2 left out of the 18-pack. Jersey, Abe, 69, me and him go on our final countdown. We have the final countdown, ladies and gentlemen. The final countdown to getting harassment charges sent to us by my old co-host. Yes, that is tomorrow. And stand by for that because we are going to have an update. Stand by for the update of the Calderese saga with 2 Mics Live. I'm still dealing with that crap. Mama Dukes says hello. Oh, I just got out of the live chat. Mama Dukes says hello. Mama Dukes has been busy cooking for everybody in South Carolina for my son. Hey, Goon, what's up, everybody? What's up, Hey, Goon? It's Johnny69. You've been seeing It's Johnny. Me and him are going to be playing cornhole in the season coming up. Jay Calda in the chat. Love it. Hello. All of us are here celebrating Vincenzo's birthday. 14 of his college crew are eating grandma's cooking. We got them to sing happy birthday to him. I had to be torture to Vincent. Jay Caldo, what you should be doing is turning me up as loud as possible. That way I kind of permeate throughout the entire house, and all of his kids, all of his friends could watch me on your giant TV. That's what I think would be great. Everybody's saying happy birthday to Vin. And the boat's in the chat. What's up? He says the cow trap. What's up, brother? Happy birthday, Valentino. Sorry, happy birthday, Vincenzo. I love it. Thank you, though, bro. I know that was all my bad. Sorry. And Sheen is the boring as balls sober. He is boring, dude. You are not as cool sober. I don't give a shit what anybody says. When people are fucked up, they are way more entertaining. And Charlie Sheen, I mean, do we want to start there? Yeah, why don't we start with some Charlie Sheen? This is what he blamed of one of his many problems. It wasn't just the coke, everybody. It wasn't just that. He had a testosterone cream problem. This is the first time I heard of this one. I got to hand it to him. It's pretty original.
Forbidden to want to use testosterone cream. I've never used anything like that, but I'm interested. Like, what does that do?
It was in the doses. It was prescribed and recommended to be applied at following those dosage guidelines. It was for enhanced, sexual enhancement. More lean muscle mass, more energy. When you exceed those, 40x, then it can metabolize into what's essentially a roid rage.
Wow.
So that was a lot about what was going on during that whole thing. That's why I couldn't pull the train back into the station,
Because I was roid raging. Because I was banging chicks fistful at a time. You know how much energy it takes to finger 3 girls at one time? Fucking Tiger Blood winning. That's the Charlie machine I want. Whatever cheap version that we got with this guy. Oh, I was on too much testosterone. I was just lathering myself in it like it was sunscreen. And that was my problem. Wasn't the Coke. Yeah, it had nothing to do with the Coke. None of it. Nothing to do with the Coke. Listen, Charlie Sheen, man, come on. This is not a good look for you, bro. It's epic face and no chicks. I need you in a pimp coat, putting some powder in your hand, smacking chicks across the face. And then the saddest part about this is, when he did that, I think all of us were like, fuck yeah. No one looked at it like it was a problem. No offense. I don't care about your life. You're an entertainment. You're an entertainer. Entertain me, little monkey. Let's go ahead, ride your little bicycle, ride your tricycle around. You're for entertainment, and you're funnier and you're more fun when you're fucked up. And he didn't even come up with the Tiger Blood line. Dude, listen to this.
Finally explained in the book is that none of that, the biggest irony in this whole thing, none of that stuff was my original material. I didn't cook all that stuff up. No, it came from a phone call from a baseball player like 3 days before I sat down for the interview. And it was, I think it was delivered as a pep talk.
Like in some dugout?
No, there's a guy named Brian Wilson. He used to pitch for the Giants. They called him the Beard, right? Great ball player, super dude. And I was watching a highlight package of him one night, and I don't know, there was something about his magnetism, his presence, all of it, right? And I told my friend Tony Todd, I said, get him on the phone. I want to speak to that man, right? And the next day I was on the phone with him, and I think it was before the season started. And he just volunteered. He said, it's a pleasure to talk to you, man. And it was already known that the train had left the tracks with my show, and the beef with Chuck and all that stuff was already in play. So he says to me, we're not like other people. We're not. We're different, man. We got tiger blood running through our veins. We got a substrate of Adonis DNA that doesn't allow guys like us to ever lose because we're always winning, right? This is all him giving me this material. So, and he's probably thinking, cool, man, that's gonna make him feel better, at least for today. And, maybe he'll make some progress with this other mess. Right. And then the interview comes around, and there was something that she did. So it was no part of it was her fault. I mean, no part.
This is the ABC lady.
Yeah. Andrea can't.
Andrea. Yeah. So, dude, it was used as a pep talk, and she did that thing, and the pep talk came out of him because he was so fucked. He was fucked up on coke. We're told to trust the science, and this type of science, I do trust. You're going to want to write this down. It's called Coke recall, high recall. If you learn something while you're high, you have to be high as fuck to remember it as well. If you're sober, you're not going to remember anything that you did when you're high. It's kind of like drunken recall, high on weed recall. This is really the most settled science that exists. But hey, man, I wanted to bring you that because we had Charlie Sheen. And I have another one, but I'm not gonna bore you with him. He was talking about getting booed on stage on his first comeback because it was so horrific, and everybody just wanted them, to go into the Tiger Blood and all that. Listen, what's funny? I will point this out about Charlie Sheen. The redemption stories are funny because if you notice, this guy's everywhere now. No matter where you look, and all of a sudden he's like big into politics. He was talking to Tucker Carlson about 9/11 and teaming up with Alex Jones, going after Obama for 9/11. It was awesome. It's funny watching, like I said, watching these redemption stories. All people have to do, I think they got it down to a science now, right? You say some wacky shit, then you kind of disappear for a little while. You get as fucked up and as dark, and you run out of money. Excuse me. You run out of money. Then when you're almost completely out of money, I think what happens is you have to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself. You fake going to rehab and you get straight long enough to get money back so you can get fucked up again. I hope that's what's going on in his life. I can't imagine Charlie Sheen being low on money, but he runs deep with people. So gonna be interesting right there. Let's get to some in-depth conversations or in-depth breakdowns with Trump and Netanyahu. And listen, let's start off here with the where was it? Where do I have? I don't know. Do I have the intro to this? I thought I did. I guess I do not. Let's start here. Let's bring Trump to the
Great
stage.
men. I can't say in all cases, but I will tell you, in many cases, they're great men, and some great women too. They tend to be mostly men, however, I will say that. But if accepted by Hamas, this proposal.
Okay, so let me stop right here, and I'm going to kind of go through this real quick. So this is Trump when they first came out. I thought I had a video. I guess it didn't upload, or I don't have it in the right spot, and I thought I got everything where I needed it to. But sometimes things don't transfer over like I want them to when I'm going to the bathroom, when I go to take a shower for the show. So Trump came out. They gave a nice little introduction, and now this is Trump saying this is what they demand Hamas is basically have to agree to. He says, if Hamas agrees to this, I kind of want you to listen to this part. If Hamas agrees to these demands, this is what we are demanding right now. Then we're going to have a really peaceful transfer. So this isn't a peace deal. Hamas has to agree to this. I mean, it's a peace deal if they agree to it, but how many have they not agreed to? Some people claim that they've already turned down, Palestinians already turned down four times to leave a Palestinian state. What people don't realize is like they've already turned this same similar deal down. Okay? This is what I think everybody has to get in their heads. Every single time when you hear that 4 times that they were offered a state, it's like partially true, depending on who you listen to. Because no matter who it is, whether it was Yasser Arafat and Bill Clinton back in the day with the other guy, you have these guys, they come together, they leave, then they tell their own story about what happened, and then it goes in their own direction. It depends on who you listen to. But when you looked at those, every single time, if you actually look at the deal, the Palestinians were really left without any control of their own government. Israel was going to be in control, or they were left with fractions of places and it was going to be broken up. And they were complaining the entire time that Israel just wanted the Gaza Strip. They just wanted Palestinian land. This is what they were saying the entire time. So they've rejected all of these deals. They've rejected all of them. Palestinian people have rejected all of them. So do you see Hamas laying down right now? When you just saw what we showed the other night, all of the world walked out on Netanyahu when he was speaking to the UN. Almost all of the world got up and left. You have Canada from all of these different places saying that they support a Palestinian state. And I want you to listen to what Trump is saying, because what they're saying is they are unilaterally taking control of Gaza. And I want, it's whether you agree with it or not, I want to bring you what they are saying, and we're going to have a discussion on it.
Proposal calls for the release of all remaining hostages immediately, but in no case more than 72 hours. So the hostages are coming back, and I hate even saying this from the standpoint, doesn't sound right, but it is so important to the parents. The bodies of the young men, I believe in almost all cases, the young men are coming back immediately. I met with parents. The parents felt as strongly about getting the body of their dead boy back as they did as though the boy were alive and well. It's so important to them. And it means the immediate end to the war itself, not just Gaza. It's the war itself. Under the plan, Arab and Muslim countries have committed, and in writing in many cases, but I actually would take their word for it. The people I mentioned, I'd take their word for it, to demilitarize Gaza, and that's quickly. decommission the military capabilities of Hamas and all other terror organizations. Do that immediately. And we're relying on the countries that I named and others to deal with Hamas. And I'm hearing that Hamas wants to get this done too, and that's a good thing. And destroy all terror infrastructure, including the tunnels, weapons of production facilities. They have a lot of production facilities that we're destroying. They'll also help train local police forces in the areas that we're discussing right now, in particular.
So it's train police forces. That's what we're gonna be doing. Training police forces. Who are we training? Right. The interesting part about this entire thing is you have people that their homes are blown up, but they're not leaving. They're in the streets in tents right now, from what I understand. How do you get them out? How do you make them? How do you help them rebuild? Are you just going to kick everybody out? Are you going to have those people start to rebuild their own stuff? Are they going to have any control of their own area? I mean, and should they? I think that's a very valid question. I think it is very valid that they put people in power that want to kill people. And they have, everywhere they've been ejected. It's very similar to the Jewish people. Everywhere they've been throughout history, they've been ejected in mass form as well, or killed in mass form. This has happened with the Palestinians as well. Right? I mean, Egypt, Jordan, everybody has kicked these guys out in mass, 40, 50,000, 20,000, 100,000. So there's got to be something about those people that are fucked up. Or are you asking them to completely give up their culture? I think it's very interesting because I don't see people willingly giving up their culture who have, these people have hated each other for 2,000 years. And now all of a sudden they're going to submit like this. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And what they have planned, I want you to listen to this. Now, this is 2 minutes, 50 seconds, but it's interesting to hear these things, but because they're talking about an international oversight body of peace, an international oversight body of peace, to where they're going to remove the Palestinian government. How many times have we seen this not work? The regime change stuff. We're going to take out the Palestinian government, and now we're going to install this.
This is for forever. To ensure the success of this effort, my plan calls for the creation of a new international oversight body, the Board of Peace, we call it, the Board of Peace, sort of a beautiful name, the Board of Peace, which will be headed, not at my request, believe me, I'm very busy, but we have to make sure this works. The leaders of the Arab world and Israel and everybody involved asked me to do this, so it would be headed by a gentleman known as President Donald J. Trump of the United States. That's what I want, is some extra work to do, but it's so important that I'm willing to do it, and we'll do it right, and we're going to put leaders from other countries on, and leaders that are very distinguished leaders, and we'll have a board, and one of the people that wants to be on the board is the UK former Prime Minister, Tony Blair, good man, very good man, and some others, and they'll be named over the next few days, and it'll be quite the board. Working, everybody wants to be on it now. I don't know if that had anything to do. They named me and everybody else wanted to be on it. I guess they figure, well, he's a soft touch. He'll be easy to deal with. Working with the World Bank and others, it will be responsible for recruiting and training a new government that will be made up of Palestinians along with highly qualified experts from all around the world. Hamas and other terrorist factions will play no role in the board, but they'll play no role in the governance of Gaza at all, directly or indirectly. As you know, thousands of Hamas leaders have been killed and soldiers have been killed. And we can never forget October 7th, but thousands have.
We can never forget October 7th, trust me. The group of people that got that done to him will never let you forget October 7th. And I'm not saying, again, I have to clarify when I do this all the time. I'm not for any team. This is what everybody forgets about me. I'm not for your team. I'm not Team Israel. I'm certainly not fucking Team Hamas and Team Palestine. I do view those groups of people as the same type of people. I don't understand how you say we need to stop terror while you're bombing kids. To me, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. They don't jive. You can't say that they're evil while you're doing that to women and children, even if those women and children you deem are evil as well. Unless you're trying to eliminate them and completely eradicate them. Extermination. I've said this before. That's the only true way to stop this. People aren't going to give up their culture. You have to either do it or completely eliminate them. But it's funny because they say, if Hamas agrees to this, he kept saying that, if Hamas agrees to this, if Hamas agrees to this, if they agree to it. Now, they laid out their idea and they said, listen, we want all of the things that we've been asking for years and then more. And now you're going to lose all your sovereignty. We're going to hand it over to some Palestinians and what do they call it? The qualified individuals from around the world to be the government of these people. Who's going to have all that influence? You know who's going to have the influence because they're going to be maintaining the security. But Trump says all that to say this.
Thousands of years, I think you can probably say, if you really look into it, if you study back, if you're a scholar, you would say thousands of years. Israel would have my full backing to finish the job of destroying the threat of Hamas. But I hope that we're going to have a deal for peace. And if Hamas rejects the deal, which is always possible, they're the only one left. Everyone else has accepted it. But I have a feeling that we're going to have a positive answer. But if not, as you know, Bibi, you'd have our full backing to do what you would have to do. Everyone.
You have our full backing to destroy them. And that means do what you have to do. So what have they been doing? Okay, what Israel has been doing is these are just facts, guys. Whether you like these facts or not, I give you what is actually taking place. Have they killed a lot of terrorists? Yes, they have. Have they killed their enemy? Have they killed a lot of the leaders of Hamas? Yes, in many different strikes. Yes, they have. Have they just haphazardly blown up? And I don't say it's not haphazardly, sorry. Have they targeted this shit out of churches, out of hospitals and schools and apartment buildings and everything? Yes, they have. And the reason why they have done that is because they say they embed themselves amongst the people. So the only way really to kill them is to bomb the shit out of them. But once again, I know people that were kicking doors in Iraq and they were clearing houses because we weren't just going to bomb the shit out of everything. People had to go back home when we were done. We couldn't just bomb everybody and kill everything. But that's really what's taking place. That is factual what is taking place. In you know. So when you take all of this stuff, I don't see how it's going to end peacefully 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road. I don't know. But once again, so let's get back to this. If you just look at some of the facts on this, yes, they were attacked. Yes. And then Israel, they have conducted this war, if you ask me, in one of the most horrific operations. And now they're going to get everything they want out of it. And it was all in the name of October 7th. And yes, that was horrible. And people want to talk proportionality of war. I don't understand how the world is going to accept a takeover in which they're talking about. And I don't understand how when Trump says do what you have to do, that includes bombing places. So once again, more facts. They have in fact bombed Libya, because they have settlements on the end of Libya. They have bombed Syria because they have settlements in Syria. They have also bombed Qatar. Okay, and this is Netanyahu talking about where is it? This is Netanyahu talking that he had to call Qatar and tell them basically that he's sorry he was going after a terrorist and he's sorry for the civilians that got killed.
I'm deeply grateful to both of them for their work. We had a phone call today just to make it clear. I said to the Prime Minister of Qatar, Israel was targeting terrorists, wasn't targeting Qatar. And of course, we regretted the loss of the Qatari citizen, wasn't our target. And
we regretted the loss of the Qatari citizen. That wasn't our target. But okay, so they just did that there. In Libya, they were targeting a terrorist. We spoke about this last week. They were targeting a terrorist, and they happened to kill a family. It's disputed whether or not they're American. 4 out of the 5 died, and I have not heard about the mom. Last time I heard she was in critical condition. But they don't do an updated story on this. But these are just facts of this entire area. So what is doing what you have to do? Is it to where they're going to expand into Libya and take that territory that they have a lot of Jewish settlers in? Same thing in Syria. Is that because I do see that they want to expand, and I'm trying to look at this in every single direction. If they get Gaza, you're telling me they're going to stop there? And then what happens when Libya says, no, you're not going to take our land, and they attack Israel? Then all of a sudden that's going to give them the right to do the exact same thing over and over and over again? Yeah, I don't see this stopping. I do not see this ending with peace. I'm sorry. I'm sorry when I don't believe the people that are doing what they're doing in this particular war, that they actually want peace. You're not acting like it. Your actions are creating hate. And it's the same actions that have created hate for years and years and years and years. And listen, once again, I want to make this abundantly clear. This is not me being on the team Palestine. I think those people are fucked 6 away from Sunday. I think their ideology is warped. I think they do want people dead. That entire religion to me is crazy. That this is just me being factual. And the things that they did were horrific. But what did they do? They attacked Israel. If you believe the official narrative, they attacked Israel. And then because of that attack, do you really think Hamas could take on Israel? Do you think they thought that they have a chance of winning this war? No. So if you think about, okay, according to the official narrative, this is what they did. Okay, great. So that means that they did that just to provoke Israel to doing something. They did it just to provoke them. To get this type of response. To make the world turn against Israel. To win the PR battle. That's what's taking place right now. So if you just take the official narratives and think them out, why did Hamas do that, knowing this is going to be the result if they were just going to lead up to this, a total surrender? If that makes sense to anybody out there, that's what's going to take place, I find that hard to believe. And then what happens when they say no? They get to do more of the craziest shit that they have been doing. Let's get to the chat. We could kind of move on because I have some Netanyahu if you guys want to hear him. Gay Goon says 40 times. Hey, 8 calories. How you doing, 8 calories? Hamas will die before they surrender. My opinion, Hamas must be eliminated for peace to exist. So once again, yeah, I mean, to me, you guys know where I go with it. If you leave people that hate you, they're going to recreate. They're never going to stop hating you. They're going to create more people that hate you. And then when they get big enough, they're just going to attack you. It's been done over time. People have been completely destroyed. And you don't hear about them anymore. How many wars where they didn't give anybody quarter. They didn't just let them go like some of the Crusades. They just killed everybody. You don't hear about those civilizations anymore. And then, yes, maybe you got rid of one. You had peace for a while. How do we know which one's the right one? The boat says, wasn't that what NATO's job was? Yeah, I think that is what NATO's job. Once Hamas is destroyed, the Palestinians will prosper. I'm not sure about that, right? Because they voted them in. if you believe the narrative for how the Palestinians think, I mean, they pretty much supported Hamas. What if it is a situation where you have, 3-4 million people that really did support what Hamas was doing? What do you do with those people? That's the question that I'm trying to wrap my head around. What do you do with them? Are you going to re-educate, like take them to a South Korean fucking like re-education camp to get them to all of a sudden start loving Jews? Their population has exploded. They got like 4 million people. Well, Israel took care of some of that, but they still have a lot of people. All of a sudden, these 4 million people are just going to go happily and gleefully and grandly, like they're in the fucking league of their own, with the walking with the book on their head. I don't know. I don't see it. Yankee 68 said the side of the world has been fighting for 2,000 years. That's all they know. That's all they know. And they've been fighting over their God for 2,000 years when it's the same God. The crazy part about this is if you look at some of the old texts, they say Muslim was a cult of Christianity. All of these religions stemmed from the same damn religion. They're all offshoots of one religion. That's why I say all these people are the same. I'm sorry, but I do believe, and I don't think it's the regular Jewish person or the regular Muslim person that does this. I think the Jewish power and the Muslim power, the people that want domination, the people that want control, people that have the money in their groups, they want the same exact things. Outpopulate, gain control, get a base of people that sticks together as a fucking solitary unit. That's the only way they can survive. That's the only way they have survived with everybody attacking them for 2,000 years. Americans could learn something about this because we're the only ones that tolerate everybody around us trying to encroach on our culture, and we let them do it. So it's very interesting. Exactly, Yankee 68. They said PT Pod, my man, he's coming up right after me. So check it out. You're going to want to go right from here to PT Pod. He's got a great new show. Check him out right after. He says, yeah, I was saying that today. I think we should just stay out of it over there. Yeah, man. If I don't know, it's interesting because if you stay out of it, then do you give Israel total control? And then what happens? Because the world, I don't think is gonna allow that. It has to take Trump getting involved in order to kind of make everybody kind of all the pieces fit. Without Trump, none of this stuff works. Because Israel's going to assume control. Next thing you know, it's going to piss off all the Muslims out there because now they're going to have to deal with the Palestinians somehow. And now they're going to start it. Then it's going to, cascade into one more giant shit show of a war. The boat said the shit over there will never stop until they kill each other. And no treaty or council will ever stop it. No, there's no peace. What do you say? The beautiful, beautiful name, the Board of Peace, really is quite beautiful. Jay Cal, the PT Pod, says, I think Trump is playing the deal maker. I believe he's cool with anybody who will work with him. And I completely agree with. I think Trump wants these people to stop. If you know one thing about Trump, and the one thing that he has been consistent with this entire time is he says he wants people to stop dying. And I really think when bullets did whiz past your head and you just miraculously saved, your life was saved in a way that, we just watched somebody else's not. So I think you do have more of appreciation for life. I think that's why, I don't know what it is, but maybe since watching my baby being born, watching Valentino coming out, the one who I said was his birthday today, which it wasn't, Vincenzo again. Maybe that's just making me appreciate life a little bit more. The incredible journey of it, the incredible, how that takes place. I definitely value life. So I don't know if that's the thing that's coming out with this. Why I'm getting so irritated with it all, with all the just destruction and that sneeze. For whatever reason, when I'm in this room, they build up, and it's like they build up from the back of my neck, and I could kind of feel them working their way for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Anybody else? PT Pod says, fair. I just think he's not good for us or Trump. Yeah, dude, it's hard. It's hard, honestly, to like Netanyahu. I'm going to be honest with everybody. It's hard to like him because he's one of those guys that he's just made shit up for the last 20 years. We played him in that full since 1991. He's been saying that Iran is 6 to 2 years away from getting a nuclear weapon. And it's been like that for 30 years. And this is the stuff that he's wanted. You know, if change his name to Putin, is this so different? Honestly, is this so much different than what's going on with Putin? People want their territory. They want land. This is no different. Netanyahu's wanted Gaza. They wanted that land. Israel's wanted that land for years. Let's not play with it. Let's not play around. We're watching one people do it on one totally different set of circumstances and condemning the same person from doing it. The difference is one wasn't attacked. We can kind of make that argument. But let's get to some of the fun stuff today. I mean, there's one more story that I want to get to. One more, actually 2 more quick stories. Oh, wow. It's already getting late. Let me play this. If you didn't know, because there's no outrage and there's nobody crying for this genocide, but these people now are talking about it. We have, 100,000 different Christians are being killed in Africa as we speak in different parts of Africa. Listen to this.
It's after church service, I believe, by the way.
That's every gunshot you're hearing is hitting a person.
My people, my family members, they died in this house. 11. And some died in the other store. 8. Some died here. My whole family members that died yesterday, day before yesterday, on that very day, there were 20. That is my own family members. I'm not talking about any other thing. That is my own family members. This is my store. Those shops are my stores. Those places are being burned.
Walk.
Those places, this place is being burned. Here and up, my house is up there. That place also is burned. And the store where I pack my goods, I store my goods everywhere, has burned. They burned my clothes, they burned everything, they burned our food, all my family members. What we came out with is our clothes, what we wear. And I, standing here, this is what I came out with. And this is the only thing that I have. There's no anything with me.
I mean, this is going on. If you do look at it, the amount of people that are being killed, they're Christians all over the world. But they're Christians in parts of the world that nobody gives a fuck about. They don't have any excuse. They don't have any fancy name. I mean, they can't even claim they're being racist against because it's their own people doing it to them. But it's the Muslims that are really killing them. Very interesting stuff, I got to tell you. And last story, this is the UK Prime Minister talking about a digital ID. We've been talking about this stuff for a long time. If you've been listening to me for a really long time, I've been talking about this. They get rid of cash. They have the real IDs. Then they're going to start to get you for a digital ID. Then they get rid, like I said, they get rid of cash and everything's online. Then they control you. This is what they want. This stuff is happening already really in parts of the world, but it's already creeping its way here.
And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID.
Woo! Man, I guess I'm allergic to this bunny or something like that. You will not. Did you hear that? Oh, at least it's free of charge, mate. It's free of charge. Your digital ID it is, yes. So free of charge, we're going to make you do a mandatory digital ID if you want to work in the UK. It's free. Did we say it's free of charge? Fuck you. Listen, I hate these. These people are the most disgusting. They're almost as disgusting as Ted Cruz. I just saw him. But let me finish this. I'll get the hell play you one more. We might go a little bit over here today. We might go a little tad bit over. Yeah, we'll be a little tad. We'll see what we get to. But anyway, that is coming here, everybody. When you start accepting the no cash, when you start accepting all of that stuff, this is what you're going to be getting down the road. And then you're not going to be able to say you can't fly, right? So the things you can't do start low, they start subtle, and then all of a sudden you're not going to be able to even live life if you don't have certain things. And it's almost as disgusting as this. I'm gonna circle back a little bit to the Israel because I forgot to play this one. This is Ted Cruz. He's at a Christian fundraiser. He's at a Christian fundraiser in America, and this is what he says to these people. Listen, because you have people. Listen close, because you have people yelling in the background.
I will say this.
You speak for yourself.
If you will not stand with Israel and the Jews,
No.
then I will not stand with you. Thank you, and God bless you.
If you don't stand with Israel, then I won't stand with you. These are American Christians. You're supposed to be an American Christian. This is a guy that prays on the Senate floor, like, Lord, if you listen, give me the power to ask these questions. This motherfucker right here is supposed to be an American Christian. And he's telling them, if you don't stand with Israel, I will not stand with you. And let me tell you something. I got news for everybody. If anybody that says that in the Bible it says that we have to honor Israel, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about in the Bible. Because no, it doesn't. Nowhere. Matter of fact, there's parts of the Bible that said that Israel broke the covenant with God. You know that shit. I took 3 years of theology. Yes, there's multiple parts of that. Anybody that tells you this is full of shit. There's one line in it. And it's not you have to love Israel for all of your life and honor it. He said, hey, those were my chosen people. Yeah, and then later goes on to say, they broke the damn covenant with me, jerk-offs. Not in those words, but, it was like, thou broke the covenant with thy jerk-offians. Yeah. I think that was jerk-offians 6.22-24. So let's get the shit that made me laugh.
Shit that made me laugh.
Let's start with the Bears coach, Ben Johnson. You got to love when these sideline reporters think they have a clue about football and they start talking to these coaches. Watch this. Dude, watch this response. I'm not even going to say anything.
You need to change what you're doing.
I don't know. You think so? We're going to be just fine.
He's like, bitch, who the fuck are you? You're telling me I have to change what I'm doing? How many games of football have you ever coached? But did you see him get over the top first? He's like, mama, fuck you. So let's stay with football. This is the Tennessee Titans head quarterback Cam Ward. Let me tell you something. I love this kind of spirit in a player. Some people said this isn't a good look for him. I love this.
I mean, we keeping the buck right now. We ass. So we 0-4. We have this one. We got nothing to lose. We dropped a quarter of our fucking games, and we've yet to do anything. So we have to lock in, especially myself on the offensive line, from the defensive line, from the special teams to all three faces. We have to play together. We have not played together this year yet.
I don't even know what he said. Yo, if we keeping the blank right now, we keeping the huck right, but I don't even know what he said. Yo, we ass. Yo, we straight ass. I fucking love it. Say with football, I got one more football one for you. This is classic Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you got to love the effort that he puts forth in this play. Check this one out.
Party too. You think he's getting the ball? How's that stance?
Yeah.
That's like, hey, you guys got this. I'm just going to signal first down. My hand.
Dun, 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 dun. Tonto, jump. And that's what he looked like he was doing. Let's shoot all the way over to golf in the Ryder Cup. And man, was that raucous. We had a raucous crowd in America. Dude, you know what? I love it. I loved it. It was actually entertaining for a change. The Ryder Cup was phenomenal. They had these athletes getting heckled for the first time, and these little pussy golfers, excuse my language, they don't know how to deal with it. Oh my God, people are talking in my backswing. We need more Happy Gilmore. Come on, let's make some noise. Let's get it up for you. This is Rory McIlroy on the fans' behavior in the Ryder Cup.
I don't think we should ever accept that in golf.
I think golf should be held to a higher standard than what was, than what was seen out there this week. Golf has the ability to unite people. Golf teaches you very good life lessons. It teaches you etiquette. It teaches you how to play by the rules. It teaches you how to respect people. And, sometimes this week we didn't see that. So
I think we need some courtesy. I am William Wallace. And he's like, what is he? He's not Scottish, right? He's like Ireland or whatever. He's in America. But what was the couth that we did not see? Let's see. I know there was a lot of screaming. There was a lot of cursing, but the cursing didn't just come from the fans. It came from Rory himself.
That bunker's looking tasty.
Guys, shut the fuck up.
So then he sets that shot up and laces one, and then later went on to go, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. Oh, you got to love it. So he was asked about that. How did it feel? Rory, how'd it feel?
How satisfying is it to turn around to someone and say, quote, shut the F up, and then stiff it to 2 feet?
Very fucking satisfying.
Congratulations.
It wasn't stiff. It wasn't stiff. I had to put it.
It wasn't stiff. I had to put it. Oh yeah, very fucking satisfying, man. Very fucking satisfying. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love golfers complaining about couth and standards. Really, it's all about standards. Really, you gotta love these guys. Then they go out there in the press conference and said, "I bloody fucking loved it, man. I fucking loved it. These fucking wankers, bloody wankers." This is Trump on Alon Omar.
Omar and the group. I met the head of Somalia. Did you know that? And I suggested that maybe he'd like to take her back, and he didn't want her. He said, "I don't want her." Okay, what else?
He said, "I don't want her. You keep that bitch." By the way, this is apparently the church shooter, that piece of shit. I'm not even gonna say his name. And that was the piece of shit's truck. I have him as Cockbag and Cockbag's truck, just so you guys know where we're at. Last thing on here, Mom Dami is he's a clear favorite here, even with Eric Adams dropping out. So Eric Adams just dropping out of the race. Zoran Mom Dami is going to get out there, and Donald Trump basically said, "Look, I'm not going to give him any money. So even if he wants to do this, I'm not giving him shit for money. He needs all of our money in order to pull off what he wants to pull off, and it's going to destroy everything." What people don't realize is this is how stupid this is. It's going to destroy all of the business. These businesses rely on volume. The second you bring in a store that's going to take volume away from the actual businesses, then the businesses go under. And then in a place like New York, it's going to fuck up whole supply chains. So you think they're going to be able to get their cheap groceries where they start screwing up distributors and grocery stores, and they destroy that whole industry? People got that. You guys have a lot coming in New York, but Mom Dami is going to be winning. I mean, that's just what it is. But hey, guys, that we have a lot more that are on the docket for us today, but I will push that to the next day. That way we could get right to PT Pod. PT Pod is going up right after me. Anthony Calderi says Tiger's blood. Damn right. Let me tell you something. You want to be a caltrop in your own right? Have some Tiger's blood. Get used to winning. We win here. We're not drinking, milk like a little kitty. No, we got Tiger's blood. And I'm not on Coke. That's for sure. I am definitely not on Coke. But let me tell you something. You do not accomplish things unless you have some Tiger's blood in you. And we have a lot to accomplish here, guys. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to make a family here. I'm trying to get a group of like-minded individuals pulling all in the same direction. And I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Be your own caltrop. I tell you this every single time. First off, be a caltrop by helping us get bigger. The biggest thing that we could do is have a group of people. The more people that we could get together, the bigger of a caltrop we're going to be, the more defensible we're going to be. But also educate your own mind. I tell you this consistently all the time. Do not listen to the catchy headlines. read the articles, read deep, ask questions, and you're going to be able to couch drop. And what you could always do is rely on me to bring you the truth, to bring you what's current, and to give you an analysis on it that's not one side or the other. I am not a team player in this regard, right? My team's ended in baseball and football. All right, I'm not part of the Republicans, not part of the Democrats. I'm going to give you this shit straight the way I see it, honestly, by sifting through all of the bullshit out there. So all you really have to do is come watch the Couch Drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 o'clock, and I love every single one of you guys. Finger the fuck out of my like button. This Couch Drop is out.